Join us for our 10th Annual Northside Arts Festival on April 21st. Visit acpainc.org.
So, Scott, this is going to be the end of the season.
It is our 25th
season.
That's exciting.
And this last concert is a very creative, original show. Two new original ballets. So tell us a little bit about the storyline of
Lepidoptera is based on The Butterfly That Became a Cocoon, written by Nancy Grossenbacher. And it's about a butterfly who goes about his daily business in the garden. And Cornelius the ant, the head of all the ants, questions his abilities and what he's going to leave as his legacy. So with that in mind, he keeps harassing Oliver through the ballet. You can't do what spiders do, you can't do what ants do, you can't do what this group does, you can't do what skunks do, you can't do anything. So, you're just a mess. So Oliver gets extremely depressed, total self-doubt. The wind and the storms come in and they put him ironically into a mud cocoon. Hence the name, The Butterfly That Became a Cocoon. So through that, the spirit comes out and tells Oliver that, you are you're as good as anyone and everyone, and you've created as many things as our Father has created, and as equal to the stars in the sky, and you're the one that creates all the flowers. And Oliver, the storms come back and wash Oliver off, and the garden comes back to life and realizes that Oliver is as important as anybody in the ballet or in the garden. So,
wow,
it's cute. It's cute.
How did this all come about? Because the story was written first, right?
Correct.
So there was a storyline, and then how did you choose the music for it?
Nancy Grossenbacher, the writer of the story, and I both like Tchaikovsky a lot. In his own words, he calls himself a genius of nuances in his music. And I love those nuances because they almost choreograph the ballet or the dances to me by themselves. They almost tell you what to do if you listen. I think that's part of the success of Nutcracker. You hear what should be happening, and you can hear when it's the bluebird, or you can hear when a simple comparison would be Peter and the Wolf.
Right.
The instrumentation dictates the animal.
Is it a lot of different Tchaikovsky pieces, or is it one particular piece?
It's four. It's his fourth, fifth, and sixth symphony, and the Eugene Onegin opera. Those are the four pieces that we pulled from to create it. And each act is a half an hour with an intermission, so I think it's a nice length for today's audience. And it's very family friendly. The youngest ones are 5, and the oldest ones are in their late 20s. Or we got even one that's in their 30s with a couple of kids. So
how was it for you to how hard was it to choreograph?
That's part of
Did you just follow the storyline?
I tried to follow the storyline to the best of the ability and put the music in there that complemented that storyline.
Because the original book takes how long to read?
It's a child's book. Maybe 10 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It's not very long at all. It's a hardback, and it's registered in the Congressional Library.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah. So
that was quite an accomplishment for
right, and there are subsequent books coming to the story, and there are subsequent characters in the garden.
It's been in book form. It's been in a ballet. Has it had any other kind of medium?
Yes, it was produced as a musical, an original musical.
Originally? Before the dance?
No.
Oh.
About 3 years ago in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And
so it's been around.
All the story was turned into original songs, and the characters were they were from a garden, but they were dressed more like Germans and Cubans and Americans. It was almost more international flavor. Yeah, international flavor.
Wow, that's interesting.
So it's taken on a couple of different formations. Exactly.
What was the most interesting part of the story that really drew you in?
I think part of the most difficult thing probably was the challenge of how do we get her into a cocoon?
Yeah.
And how do we get the audience to understand that and believe that? And so that was fun and hard at the same time. So that aspect of it takes on a very contemporary or modern feel. inside that bag.
Right.
Because you can't do classical ballet per se.
No.
In it. So it's kind of melding several different styles of dance. There's a little hint of Spanish. There's a little hint of authentic German. So it kind of covers a lot of our ethnicity within South Texas.
That's true. There's a lot of it.
Which our other ballet, original ballet that Michael's doing, is covering all those same things.
Same thing, yeah,
which
exactly.
is kind of nice.
Exactly.
Too.
Wow. What would you like to say about it, the ballet, your experience with Lepidoptera?
I think it's exciting how each person has brought different aspects to each character. I think that's part of the
So
excitement.
it's not the first time it's been done.
No,
is
this
it?
is the third. No, this may be the fourth time.
And never
First
with
time
the
was in
same,
'92.
Never with the same cast, right?
No.
It's always been a different cast.
always been
So
one-
how do you feel these dancers are doing?
I think they're doing great. When you look at a 5-year-old that knows what she's doing and she's, doing the right thing and doing the best she can for a 5-year-old,
Right.
it's the beauty of it is watching a young one doing her 110%, and then watching a complete professional dancer doing her 110%, because it's dramatically different.
Yeah, but it's something for them to look up to and look forward to as well. So
I absolutely
I think
agree.
that's the beauty in doing a project like this.
I agree.
Do you see it going on in the future? Do you see it being reproduced by your company or other companies?
I'd like to see it produced somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm currently talking to the California Ballet about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Going out there for one summer and setting it on their company. This
Which would
is the
probably-
wrong year because this is their 50th anniversary.
Oh, no.
So they're busy. But there's also, like I said, subsequent books where we might be able to maybe almost make it 3 acts.
Oh.
And add.
So do you know what those other subsequent books are about, or?
They deal with the moral of the story kind of thing.
So they're all related?
They're all related.
Oh, okay.
There's another character, there's a caterpillar. And she has her own issues and brings her own things. But I think the other thing fun about this ballet is there's a lot of different elements to it. There's real spider webs.
Right.
There's people swinging on spider web lines. Kids are really building honeycombs in the course of the ballet. All different.
Well, it sounds like that. It sounds like the whole project was a really creative endeavor.
It was
I mean,
fun.
the drops and the scenery and the costumes and all of the individual. It's true nature at its best.
Exactly. And that Nancy, the writer of it, she's always been one of those, and Nancy, she's always been one of those for world peace.
Oh, yes.
And garden harmony is kind of
Absolutely.
her theme in
Her
life.
mantra.
Yeah. So it makes it really
Well,
nice.
that's great.